government's caught out trying to frighten us and hoodwink us over the pandemic. Inside the mind of ABC Media Watch host Paul Barry and why he won't say sorry. One of the nation's top economic experts laments our national self-harm and a new version of identity politics and victimhood.
Earlier in my career, I felt like a chameleon.
Packing your lunch?
I had to go to Friday night drinks and talk sports.
Sounds like a reasonable Friday night to me. Also tonight, Harry, the Prince of South Park, pushing drugs now? Please make this stuff stop. Now, when you work in the corridors of federal parliament, there are a few little rules of thumb that are often bandied about that ring true and stick in your mind. One of them is that there are usually 151 members of the House of Representatives, that is, every last one of them, who reckon they have what it takes to be Prime Minister. And we're seeing that with two prominent MPs at the moment, one of them a mere backbencher. Let's start with Labor's Environment Minister, Tanya Plibersek, a former deputy leader of the party. She's been quoted in a new book, previewed in 9 newspapers over the weekend, saying she could have been Prime Minister ahead of Anthony Albanese. Responding to claims she pulled out of Labor's last leadership contest against Albo because she didn't have the numbers, Plibersek offers another view. We'll never know, it's history, but I am confident that if I had run, I would have won, Plibersek said. Talk about would have been champion, hey? Plibersek was trying to play the issue down today by dissing the book.
Just to be clear, this comes from a book that I didn't want written. I made very clear to the author at the time that I didn't want it written.
But Plibersek said what she said. Doesn't matter what she thinks of the book, she does not claim to have been misquoted. She told the author that she would have beaten Albo. She could have been Prime Minister. Would have been, could have been. Maybe one day she'll actually put her hand up. But it's pretty messy for her and for Albo. The other MP with a very bullish view of her own potential, incredibly, is the Teal MP, the Teal backbencher, Monique Ryan. The member for Kooyong's Chief of Staff, Sally Rugg, has claimed in an affidavit to their workplace court case that Ryan told her she needs to be the best. This is bigger than Kooyong. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know it's bigger than Kooyong. And Rugg says Ryan went on to say, I want to be the Prime Minister one day, and I need to know my staff are prepared to work hard for me. How good is this stuff? You could not make this stuff up, could you? Ryan, by the way, does not dispute that she said this. She now just claims it was a joke. People, this was a joke, she tweeted, adding that she wants to swim at the Olympics too, don't we all? It's a joke, all right, but I don't know that we're laughing with you, Monique. Here's an MP who can't run her own office, couldn't get through 1 year in Parliament without ending up in court against her own most senior staffer, out of a staff of 4, that is, can't run an office of 4, but wants to run the country. Monique Ryan was teased about her lofty ambitions in Parliament today and had this retort for the opposition.
The call to the member for Kooyong.
I'll be there before you are. My question...
She'll be there before they are. Or maybe not. Just maybe she won't be Prime Minister. By the way, you as a taxpayer are paying Ryan's salary and you're paying the salary of her Chief of Staff, Rugg, who is still on the books, although obviously not doing much work, while they continue to battle it out with publicly funded lawyers on either side in a publicly funded courtroom to come to some settlement, some arrangement, which in the end, whatever it is, we'll all have to fund that too. The Teals promised a new, kinder and more ethical politics, and they give us this rubbish, bickering in court, no work getting done, all at our expense, just because human beings, adults supposedly, can't function in an office sensibly together. These Green Left activist politicians and their Green Left activist staff are burning through our money because even though they pretend to be on a mission to save the planet, they can't even agree on working arrangements for 4 staff in a backbencher's office in suburban Melbourne. Can't wait to see what they do for the planet.